Hello, I'm Anand Naidu in Washington. The main stories brought to you by Al Jazeera. BP has agreed to create a $20 billion special claims fund to compensate Gulf Coast residents for the oil spill disaster. The company also agreed not to pay any more dividends this year. The decisions follow a meeting between top BP executives and the US President Barack Obama. Kath Turner has market reaction from Wall Street.
BP shares spent much of Wednesday's trading session in the red and finished slightly up by the time the closing bell rang out. News the company would be suspending its dividends and establishing a $20 billion settlement fund was received with little reaction because it really comes as no surprise. President Obama has been pouring on the political pressure since day one, saying he understands the company has obligations to its shareholders, but really its legal and moral obligations lie with the communities in the Gulf of Mexico who have been affected by the oil spill. Investors say that the news is good news because it shows that the company is cooperating with the Obama administration and also gives some kind of certainty to the dividends and perhaps what liabilities BP is in for.
Kyrgyzstan's government is struggling to regain control of the country after nearly a week of ethnic violence. More than 100,000 Uzbeks have fled to Uzbekistan. Robin Forestier-Walker reports.
Jalalabad once was beautiful. Now it too is a city of destruction and death. The violence that took over nearby Osh repeated here. It took 3 days to destroy more than a third of all the houses. Their Uzbek owners have lost everything. The first unofficial figures from Jalalabad: hundreds of dead and wounded and more than 10,000 displaced, the majority of them Uzbek. The human and economic losses will be catastrophic for this poor country, and there's little in the way of hope for its refugees. These two women are looking for their men, who were kidnapped, they say, by armed men in military uniforms. They're left with a child, homeless and alone. Robin Forestier-Walker, Al Jazeera, Southern Kyrgyzstan.
The US government is imposing additional sanctions on Iran. It says that the Iranian individuals and institutions targeted are helping Iran to develop its nuclear program. The announcement is the first step in implementing sanctions adopted by the UN Security Council last week. And those are our top stories. More news on our website at aljazeera.net/English.